my video on not feeling the way that you do, because this is something that we are continually told when something bad happens to us. So I did an introduction video yesterday on what I was going to do over the next few days and weeks, and that is really looking into these lies that we are told because they underpin everything that you do. So the number one lie that everything starts with is the lie of not feeling the way that you do. And our well-meaning friends and family, backed up by societal beliefs, comes at you when you are feeling bad with the opposite. So you might say, oh, you might even say you feel bad. You just might be obvious that you feel bad, or you might say, I feel bad. And you might then tell them what's happened to you. And the person that's responding to you will usually say to you, oh, don't feel bad. And then they'll give you a reason. So it could be if someone's died that they're in a better place, at least they're not suffering anymore. If it's that your partner broke up with you, that there are other people available and that they were no good for you anyway, that if you've hurt yourself, that it could have been worse than what it is that you've got. There'll be something that's said to you as a response to you not feeling bad. And this starts very, very, very young in our lives, when we're really small. And often, mum and dad will distract you with something else, or they'll tell you not to feel bad. It's only a cut, not to feel bad. It's only a school argument, not to feel bad. And so, because of course, the well-meaning story behind that is they don't want you to feel bad. No one wants you to feel bad. But what if this idea of not feeling bad is where all our problems start? Because when we're young and we feel bad and we're told not to, and this goes on and on and on and on, eventually we will start to think that there must be something wrong with us when we do feel bad, because everyone is telling us not to and yet we do. So either we'll judge ourselves, or we'll sort of do this pretense and turn up as the comedian or the life and soul of the party, anything to disguise how you really feel, because on some level that if you dare to say you feel bad, someone around you will say not to. Don't worry, don't feel bad. Someone else worse off than you. Don't feel bad. Every cloud has a silver lining. Don't feel bad. At least you have this. Don't feel bad. Now, it's not to say that intellectually those things aren't true. Maybe it could be worse. Maybe there are other people worse off than you, but that's not the point. And that is the point here. It doesn't matter about those things, because those are what we call intellectual responses. But when you are heartbroken, as I was speaking about in my introduction video yesterday, you need to be matched. You need to be heard. Your heart needs to be heard. Other things, other ideas can come in later, but not in the first instance, or the first instances. There's a space. It's okay to allow feeling. It's okay to allow lament. It's okay to allow tears and sorrow. Because when we are allowed to have these normal human reactions and feelings, we can start to move it ourselves. We don't need advice. We don't need fixing, because we naturally go into a place where we can do something about it. Naturally, it just kind of occurs. Yes, we probably do need guidance, and obviously I and there are other professionals out there that are there to deal with that. But what I'm trying to teach you is that there's nothing wrong with feeling the way that you feel. And in fact, there's everything right with feeling that, because out of that space of being allowed to feel exactly the way that you do comes a sense of healing, a validation. You feel you are validated to feel that way. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not be okay right now. We don't want you in that space for months and years and decades, but you're allowed to be in that for as long as you need to be. And if you're allowed to be in that space, you'll find that you won't be in that space naturally for long because you do naturally move on. What happens is when there's this fight of don't feel bad, but I do, don't feel bad, but I do, it creates conflict, which keeps people really suppressed. It like suppresses those feelings. That's not a good place to be in. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that with this you could maybe do a few ahas. Maybe this has been said to you. Maybe you can write down what those things might be over the last loss that you've had or something you might be going through. Maybe this is something you've done to your children. Maybe this is something you have done as a child, and it's okay. I mean, don't give yourself a hard time about that either. We've all done that. I used to do this as well. And, it's okay. You've got to give yourself some slack, cut yourself some slack about that. This is about learning a new language, as I said yesterday, an emotional language. It's about learning what that is and how to use it and what to do, with it all. So, yes, thanks for watching. And I hope that this gives some clarity over the first lie when people say don't. And trust yourself, as you won't stay there for long, and it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to just feel that. As I say, it's not about staying there forever. This is just about these incremental steps into emotional health and well-being. All right, thanks for watching.